this track.
Yes, bars over bodies where it really ain't a trend. Breaking down all the women in the ring with the pen. At the top of the league, we ain't focused on the men. Hey, we reppin' all the queens with hip hop, watch how it blends. Yeah, it's bars over bodies, it's deeper than what they wear. We talking top rope, clothesline, boots are in the air. We talking body slam, suplex, throwing steel chair. Hey, it's lyrics with the legends and the culture, this is real. I was really scarred, it's written on my face, they act like I'm the problem. Felt so jaded, I tried to be patient, just locked in to solve them. It was hard, but I came so far to get through all the drama. I was pushed to the edge, so I reversed it, treat my ops like they Mufasa. What's good, y'all? I am your host, Micah Misfit. This is Bars Over Bodies, where we combine women's wrestling with hip hop, with the culture, add a little bit of a different flair, get something different really popping. And honestly, I don't know if y'all ever seen Nicki Minaj podcast. This is so random, but something would happen and she would drop a bomb, boom. Every time she say a crazy bar, boom. I kind of have been thinking about doing something like that. I know it's dramatic, but that's what I thought. Anyway, from the start of this episode with that freestyle I just dropped, bars, by the way. Tell me if that was bars, by the way. If you really understood the double entendres, maybe triple sometimes even, to really break that down. But anyway, I started that with that to let y'all know we talking about the brand new women's champion, Jade Cargill. Give it up. That's when I should have the applause, going automated applause to really get us going with that, because that's huge. Jade Cargill, the new women's champion. It's insane. And y'all know I'm a big Jade Cargill fan. Y'all know if y'all watch my content, I'm typically talking about that big three, specifically Jade Cargill, because of the level of criticism she gets compared to others who have similar attributes, but don't get nearly as much hate. So this right here, Jade winning after all we've seen over the past 2 years of her being specifically on WWE. If you're a real Jade fan, we could go all the way back to AEW. For it to build up to this moment, not only was it the time, as I said on that WWE post, as soon as they showed her winning that belt, it was more than deserved. And I stand 10 toes down on that. So today, there are a few things we're going to address with Jade Cargill winning. We're going to go over the match a little bit. We're going to go over that moment when she holds up that belt. We're going to talk about the positives, the negatives. There's a lot of a mix with this one, but there is more good than bad in this. So that's not the main focus. But some things have to be acknowledged at least. But there's mostly good in this. With Jay being champion, I mean, oh my gosh. I got me stuttering. That's how excited I am. But there's something I really noticed. When I use the word deserve, people want to be so technical with their definitions on me. What'd she do to deserve it? Some girl in my comments came for me talking about prove that she deserved it. Hold up. Well, I got to show you proof like that. Do I like the challenge? Absolutely. So I'll go along with it. But I'm just saying the hatred. I mean, in the comments off the rip, somebody's saying, that ain't my champion. I don't care what she is to you, because realistically she is. It's proven right now. That is the champion. I see things all the time I don't like. We done all seen things in this company we didn't like. Champions we didn't like. Runs we didn't like. Storylines we didn't like. Guess what? You don't like this one, change the channel, but you're not, because you secretly enjoy hating. Just a tad bit. I can tell by the passion and the hating. But anyway, let's get into it right now, starting with what it even means to deserve to be champion. All right, so for this episode, I got my notes on the side. I don't always have notes. A lot of it's just free flowing. We're going to have a little bit of a different structure with this one, because we got to go in. And I call these my receipts, okay? Also want to acknowledge, though, I have a broken fingernail. Just like that first episode I did. Why I bring up the fingernail? I'm going to call it a little Bianca Belair luck. That finger is out for her. I notice every time my finger is a little down, it's a fire episode. I'm talking that talk, So, one, I do need to stop breaking my fingernails, but let's twist that. It could be a positive. Okay, back to the task at hand. Jade Cargill, why does she deserve to be champion? Let's start by the textbook definition, since people want to be so technical about it. Literal definition of deserve: to have earned something because of your actions, qualities, or the way you've conducted yourself. Now, a lot of people take this deserve word to mean you are perfected, you are experienced.
That's not the technical way deserve needs to be used. It really is, what's the level of value, consistency that you're really bringing to the belt, to the accomplishment that you've achieved. We're going to go into this a little bit deeper. Now, I want to focus on using the word deserved. Are you the one who should receive the opportunity? Because that's what it's about. All of this talk about Jade Cargill isn't ready. There's no such thing with a newbie to the belt. You can't be ready. You ain't proven it yet because we haven't seen what you could really do with a belt. You have the opportunity, depending on that run. Oh yeah, she was ready. You don't know if they're ready until they get in that ring really with that belt and you see what they can do with that run. So we're going to stop that right from the top. Moving on. The first thing I want to bring up is value versus being deserving. Now, I want to say that it's not necessarily about in-ring skill. Controversial maybe. It's not technically just about the in-ring skill. It is the power, cultural impact, and the brand value that you're bringing to this. That really shows if you deserve something like this, especially on an entertainment brand, okay? Because that's what this is. This is entertainment wrestling, if we really want to get into it. I want to also acknowledge Jade Cargill has brought mainstream attention to WWE. I know people all the time who don't know wrestling, but they know Jade Cargill. That was me, for example. I hadn't been watching wrestling since I was a kid. I saw Jade Cargill on that screen. I said, who is that? This is a specimen. This is a spectacle. It's giving China from back in the day. It catches your eye. I tuned in. I didn't even know what AEW was. But I knew after I saw Jade Cargill, I watched those matches where she was a squasher. Perfect marketing. I will give Tony Khan that. Perfect marketing, the way he played Jade. A squasher and an ultimate heel. Very believable. I was loving it, okay? That's something that should be acknowledged. She then moves to WWE. They give her the star-studded treatment. Now, if you don't know who Jade Cargill is, you could have been thinking, what in the world is this? Who's this girl they giving all this attention, a little privilege? Who is she? She's the one who's bringing in the attention, the dollars, what the entertainment company is really wanting. Let's just call it what it is. She brought a level of star power that it can typically take people almost 10 years to make. She brought it right off the top, cultivated from the start. That needs to be acknowledged. Moving on. Everybody wants to focus on the moves. Everybody wants to focus on the moves. Are her moves bad? No, Jade Cargill is a good wrestler. You can hate all day. You can have unrealistic expectations that you will not keep for everybody in the industry on Jade. But again, it's not just the in-ring skill. It's the combination of it all. It's the entertainment aspect. You get what I'm saying? That's a big part of the wrestling. It's the character aspect. It's the star power aspect. It's the aura. It's the combination of everything. Even if you don't think the skills are particularly the best, everything else that creates a great wrestler can overpower that. If y'all have ever played a video game, when you see somebody, let's say they have a score of a 95, it's not because this one skill was just the most perfect thing necessarily. They can outweigh it in the other factors to an extent where it truly does balance things out. That's what's happening with Jade Cargill. The entire package is what creates that value for her to deserve an opportunity like this. Jade Cargill deserves to be champion right now because talent means more than just technical skills in the ring. Skills can be developed over time. She can have that belt and continue to get better and better in the ring as a champion. Let's be real. They've crowned people who didn't really have the in-ring skills, but they had a certain level of marketability. That's just the fact of the matter. Y'all can make it the biggest deal now that we're here with Jade Cargill, but again, this is a typical procedure that happens with WWE, and it makes a lot of sense. You know why? Skills can be taught, star power cannot. You either have it or you don't. Charisma, presence, aura, that makes a star, a true champion, okay? Again, skills can be developed with Jade Cargill as she gets better with this belt, but it's the entire packaging that makes her being champion the perfect decision. Jade Cargill deserves to be champion because the cultural impact she's having within this division is the ultimate proof. Jade Cargill represents a representation shift. A black woman as champion, as much as people want to critique me for bringing in race, is a big deal. This is not something that happens all the time. I've heard people say, well, we've had Bianca. Well, we've had Naomi. Okay, why are y'all acting like there's a limit to it? We keep this going. The more we progress with having a level of visibility, showing that this is something that can happen, should happen, will happen, that pushes the culture. Not just Black culture, I'm talking about the culture of wrestling. This level of inclusiveness is incredible. Now, I'm not gonna play that game with people, oh, you're saying just because she Black, she should get it? I know that's not what y'all heard. I listed plenty of reasons why Jade Cargill deserves that belt. It's not me saying because she's Black. Is that an addition in a cultural aspect to show a level of diversity, progress? Absolutely. But that is not the reason. And I want to clarify that right now. But it is incredible to see a beautiful Black woman with a muscular stature like China from back in the day getting to be at the forefront of running that SmackDown division in the upper card with the top belt. That is something else. That's something to be excited about. I'm riled up right now. I'm so serious. But that is another thing that proves Jade Cargill is ready to be champion right now. The last point I want to bring up for why Jade deserves to be champion right now is that time served does not equal deserving. The things we're attaching with the word deserving, we got to knock that out. It's when your presence is one of the loudest in the room, where you really have people talking. Don't get me wrong. We respect those wrestlers who are putting in that time, but that's not necessary to be a champion. Wait a minute. That's strange. It looks like we almost saw somebody do that. Oh, Tiffany Stratton didn't have a lot of time before she beat the best of all time, Charlotte Flair. Didn't hear critiques then. You can get in this position and have an opportunity based off of the star power you bring. That can happen. So I don't want to hear that critique. Jade hasn't been in long enough. There's other people who I don't care. And neither does WWE, clearly. Just keeping it real. When Jade got that belt, raised that in the air, that pyro said, boop, 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 boop. I said, I know that's right. You know why? Because it really represented the type of cultural shift, representation type shift we really need at a time like this. Tiffy time the clock was ran out. The clock was broken. Tick-tock, it's done, okay? That's just the fact of the matter. Jade holding that belt up, I said, you know what? Forget all the things people want to do about the technicalities of the skills and all of that. This shows that hard work and dedication pays off. Y'all can say Jade wasn't here long enough to get that belt. She worked hard enough. She worked hard enough. There's something people say, don't grind harder even necessarily, grind smarter. But she did both, put in the hard work, but used the power, the star power, to push it somewhere we hadn't seen. Let's be honest. It bothers people that Jade Cargill was able to skyrocket the way she did, came straight to WWE, went straight to the top card, upper card. That's something we haven't seen, and that's something that should honestly be like, oh, wow, that's pretty impressive, rather than tearing her down for it. That's unnecessary. But yeah, Jade Cargill getting that belt, I mean, what a moment, a time to just be happy. Now, there are a lot of positives with how she did that. But there are some negatives about how the way it went down, and it's time to get into that. All right, there's more positives than negatives, but we got to address those negatives of the way Jade Cargill came to getting this title. I would say, think of a FedEx box. You've been waiting for this gift. It's an incredible gift. You open it and it's fantastic. But why FedEx deliver it to me all beat up, box been in, looks like it's been thrown around? They don't care about the presentation of it. I'm happy for the gift, but dang, I didn't even know if the gift was going to be beat up the way the presentation and delivery of the box was. That's Jade Cargill winning this belt. Here's why I say that. From the start, it was a random heel turn. Let's just be honest. We wanted Jade to turn heel from the start. They gave us a heel turn, but it was rushed. It was out of nowhere. We like the scar that they're capitalizing on it the way they did with Becky Lynch. That's incredible. How she had the broken nose, became the man. Jade Cargill then became, I don't even know, she was the storm. Maybe she's the thunderstorm now. I don't know. Give me a better, that wasn't the best. But y'all get what I'm saying. It elevated her. That's what I'm really getting at with this. It was rushed. Jade Cargill becoming a heel on a random SmackDown. I don't care about it being on a SmackDown. I just don't think there was a real, it was giving Hail Mary. Jade Cargill turning heel on a random SmackDown. It felt like they knew SmackDown was feeling like a mid-card program throughout that whole women's division. They knew that. That Hail Mary was Jade turning heel right then. Please catch the ball and let's hope this lands. Did the ball get catched? Absolutely. Touchdown. It was great. But I'm just saying, the timing and rush of it might have been a desperate move because it was something that should have already happened and there should have been a better build to it. That's what I'm saying. That's the presentation aspect I'm talking about of the heel turn. Seemed very random when she did it. We get backstage. Jade's an incredible heel on that mic. The mic skills go crazy when she's a heel. She only gave us a couple lines. I said, what are they doing with this? Even leading up to the match the night before on that Friday Night SmackDown, we didn't even really have no real promo for it. I like her calling her Taffy Time. That was different, creative. If this was battle rap, the name flips on Tiffany Stratton's names go crazy. That was cool. But no, in all honesty, the presentation of Jade Cargill as a heel felt rushed in a way I don't like, given the fact that we've been waiting for this forever. Now, somebody's going to say, oh, gosh, Mikey, you just can never be happy. At least she's heel. Hey, I didn't say that wasn't my favorite part. I'm just saying, why y'all give it to us like this if you knew we were waiting all this time? Did you just throw it at us? We happy, but could you not present it a little better? That's all I want to point out. Getting into that match with Jade versus Tiffy. What did Jade do? She squashed Tiffany Stratton clean. People could argue all day, well, her leg was broken. If her leg wasn't broken, Jade couldn't have. I bet you Jade could have. They probably want to try to use that narrative to make it seem like Jade couldn't beat her without that broken leg. They might even want to make it seem, well, it wasn't that clean. She was attacking the leg. Wouldn't you? I don't see nothing dirty about how that went down. She did what she needed to do to win. It was not dirty. She hit the pressure point. You do that in any type of match. And then she pinned her. 1, 2, 3. Didn't even sneak pin her. I'm saying she did the executed power moves, jaded her, pinned her. Looked clean to me. I like that. I did not expect it to be a clean pin. I like that they did that for Jade Cargill. Nobody can take that away. Y'all can argue all day. I ain't going for it. And most people aren't either. We saw the same match. Moving on, though. The way they had Jade in that match as the squasher is how I said she should have been booked from the start. Like I said, Jade's not meant to be in long matches. Y'all want to see that, go to a different wrestler. It's fine. We got a lot of them who will do that. Jade is meant to be a spectacle. Oh my gosh, she comes in that ring and she dominates, just like she did to Tiffany. What she do, y'all? 4, 2, 5, perfectly executed power moves. That's what she does. And she gets you out the ring. Or I'm sorry, she gets out the ring. That's what we want to see from Jade Cargill, and that's what we saw. Now, here I go with the presentation aspect. Why did Jade struggle for 3 matches in a row against Tiffany Stratton, and then on the fourth she squashes her the way I thought she would do at SummerSlam? I'm not saying Tiffany ain't no competition for Jade, but if we're going to market Jade as squashing people like Naomi, Asuka, vets like that, she better be able to squash some Tiffy time. She should have squashed her by now. So it looks a little off to struggle for 3 times. Now on the 4th one, you can squash her. I guess we'll play up that Tiffany was injured. That's why she got squashed to the level she did. I can tell they're going to probably try to have Tiffany Stratton come back and challenge again, and she better lose. Don't nobody want to see that anymore, and that is no shade. It is all facts. Okay? But Jade was able to squash like I've always wanted. She showed what should be happening in the ring. It was a quick match. I'm not going to lie. I turned on the match. That bell said ding, ding, ding. I said, oh my gosh. Where was the presentation of challenger, champion? They just skipped. The bell didn't even ding before I think I saw Jade toss Tiffany. I said, oh, we're in it. And I tried to, let me get my live stream. Couldn't even live stream. Trying to keep up with the match. I finally put up the camera for the live stream. 1, 2, 3. It was over. I said, you know what? I looked it up. That was a 4-minute match. A little over 4 minutes. Again, for a Jade Cargill, is that bad? No, that's a good amount of time for her to be in the ring. I'm not even going to lie. I guess, I don't know. There was something thrown off about it. I can't put my finger on it quite. Again, Jade should be doing 5-minute squash matches. It's just, I don't know. I don't know. There's something off about the flow of it. Maybe y'all can tell me. It just, yeah. We're going to leave that there. But moving on. one thing I have to call out, a gentleman, he brought it up to me. He said, hey, Micah, did you notice that when Jade had her big moment of winning a women's top card championship for the first time, it was, good job, Jade, but poor Tiffany with her leg broken. What's Tiffany? I said, oh gosh, is this the Tiffany Stratton show all of a sudden? We still on Tiffy time? Because I could have sworn Jade holding the belt up. That was strange. To cut her moment off like that, Jade had a longer moment when she won Queen of the Ring. Seriously, they gave her that mic and she did, her speech about how grateful she was. This is an even bigger moment. This is the top card, baby. We on something else now. How did they do that? Why would they do that? Cut off Jade's moment by making it commentary about Tiffany. That's weird. I don't really recall them doing that when Tiffany won at SummerSlam. I don't really recall them doing that when Bianca Belair lost her streak. The longest reigning women's streak we had so far. When she lost her streak to Io, I think I actually perfectly remember them focusing on Io and what an accomplishment. They didn't switch to Bianca, the GOAT, losing a streak. They didn't even care. Why we care about Tiffy time not being champion no more? Don't get me wrong. That's something that happened, but don't do that during Jade's time. Her big moment of winning a belt she's never had before, worked hard for, don't cut it off into Tiffany. And don't y'all give me, well, it's the story. Like, no. That was Jade's moment. They could have even let her do a little speech. Focus on her. Give her, Jade Cargill. I mean, the struggle of the friendship breakup, from being pushed on a car, from being thrown on a staircase with the bloody scar. No, they didn't give us nothing like that. Here y'all go. I know it. Gosh, Lee, Micah, you just got to go there, don't you? And do and will every time. I just said there's a lot of positives, but I have to point that out. Jade didn't have her moment. I saw CM Punk win that championship. Did I want him to win? Yes, I did. I was tired of Yeet time. And we're going to leave that there. When CM Punk won, it was the CM Punk show, as it should be. He just won a big championship top card belt. It was all about him. I didn't see them crying about no Jey Uso. Why are we crying about Tiffany? Why are we crying about Tiffany during Jade's moment? Why are we focusing on the fact that Tiffany's injured in Jade's moment of succeeding? Almost like y'all are saying it didn't even really have value or matter. Don't y'all ever present no new champion like that. That's wrong, no matter who it is, and shame on y'all for doing that to Jade Cargill. One of the most important things of this entire experience of Jade being champion is that heel turn. We've said from the start, Tony Khan really got that right, making Jade a heel. WWE has now said, all right, she'll be a heel. This is when the tide shifts. This is what we've all been wanting. This is what we know Jade perfects. Great character work as a heel, great mic work as a heel, great in-ring fun we're going to have with her being a heel. I think this will really show what Jade is made of and what WWE is investing in her now that we have pretty closely perfected the formula of what her role should be. Now we're going to continue to develop that character as we, get through this title run. But that's something I'm very interested in. And kudos to WWE for finally making that happen, okay? Better late than never. Let's just be real. Now moving on to this run. I don't know how long it's going to be. I heard somebody say they won't even let her probably be champion for more than 2 months. I heard somebody else say she's probably going to hold it till WrestleMania. It could go either way. Are they going to allow her to have some historic third longest run like they did Tiffany Stratton? No, they're not. And that's okay. That's okay because, again, I think there's a greater cultural impact Jade being champion has over a Tiffany Stratton. So I think that's going to balance out enough for us to truly enjoy Jade's run. The matches they're going to give her beats me. In a perfect world, they're going to move Charlotte Flair up to that top card and Jade can have a little fun with her. How realistic that is, I honestly don't know. In a way, I want Charlotte Flair to elevate the mid card and get that title. That's another story that's neither here nor there. But I don't know how they'll perfectly book Jade's run. Now, what are we most looking forward to with Jade being champion? That return. Whose return is it? I guess I'll start it. I'm on my own. Against the wall. We're ready for Bianca to come in. And it be that Jade versus Bianca. I even heard people calling that Stone Cold versus The Rock. And that is something I will break down when we get to that time. Getting closer to that pairing, that matchup. Those are my favorites. Y'all know I'm going to be excited. I won't even know who to choose. People are going to say, who do you want to win? Yes. That's my answer every time. Who do you want to win? Both. Like every time, I'm not booing for anybody. I'm cheering, and they're gonna say, "Dang, does she pick a side?" And don't. And that's where, yeah, that's gonna be something else. I'm so excited. But that's what we all want them to be building towards. WrestleMania with Jade and Bianca. Could we even extend it to a SummerSlam? I think we could. It gives us a bit more time to work together with Jade and Bianca. Jade continue to perfect her skills, be on that level to really have a great match with Bianca. But I think WrestleMania is the perfect time. This is a moment. And no, we're not going to wait till next year for, well, technically that is next year. We're not going to wait till the following year when we're in Saudi Arabia to have those two black queens on that stage. Oh, no, we're not giving that type of iconic moment to Saudi Arabia. That's something that happens in America. That is a cultural shift. That is history in a way. I mean, dang, I'm about to be happy again like it was Sasha Banks and Bianca. It's one of them moments. So, yeah, that's what we're all, looking forward to. Hopefully, Bianca comes back sooner than later. Somebody said that finger still ain't moving. I don't know why I said somebody. It was definitely Bianca Belair who said her finger wasn't moving. That's not funny. I just don't know why I said it like that. The finger still isn't moving. That's concerning. What are we going to do with this run without some Bianca Belair on SmackDown? I don't know. But anyway, that's where we want that to go with the run. What we do up until that point beats me. Hopefully they don't use that AI to decide. Lord, put me in it. I can write you a script. Micah, what do you have? I have, what's that line? I have concepts of an idea. What does that mean? I have absolutely nothing. But there is something we could build towards. And if you know who said, I have concepts of an idea. Funniest line in that political debate. Moving on, though. I'm excited, y'all. I'm excited to see how this run goes. I want to close out, y'all, by really addressing this last thing. We've seen Jade Cargill receive an intense amount of hate, more than we've seen from a lot of other wrestlers. But it's not just racist hate. That is included. But do you know who I see hate on Jade even more than the racist comments? Black people. Her own people are hating on her. She posted on TikTok, actually, and she never really does that. But what I'm about to say she did, she doesn't really do this. But she posted a man who was hating on her, had the nerve to tag her, and she blasted him on her page. She was going in on him. She really was. I call that a crash out. A justified crash out, but a crash out nonetheless. And she ended it by saying, it be your own people. That's a different level of hurt. There's certain groups in the world where you expect hate historically. I mean, come on, let's really get into it. We're not going to get into it, but you know what I'm saying. But when it's your own people, that's what's crazy. When I commented and said Jade is more than deserving of this, you go, girl. It wasn't just racism. Oh, that racism was in them comments, by the way. But it's something about black people hating on her to this extent when the world is already doing it. Do y'all think I agree with every black wrestler in this industry? No, I don't. Am I going to criticize things where it's necessary? Yes, but I'm not going to be ugly and you'll never see it as hating on somebody. I will be objective with my criticisms, as you will see it as you continue to watch my podcast, listen to my podcast. But I'm not about to throw hatred on somebody where the world is already doing that enough. What's my additional comment going to do? If anything, I should offer some level of support because there should be in some way that I can relate. Even if it's not empathetically, can it be sympathetically? I'm not talking pity, but you know what I mean? We're humans at the end of the day. That's a different type of hate I see on the page when I talk about, a series of people. So yes, that's very disappointing. But anyway, I bring all this up to say the hate that Jade is going to receive through this run, the division I could see this creating in the wrestling culture for a series of things or reasons, it's going to be real. It's going to get tough. I'm just being honest. I'm not trying to be dramatic. But this is a time when we just continue to show support, Everybody has their favorites. They get to support. Why can't we support ours? Why do I have to feel bad about having my own favorite? Why is it that if I say Jade Cargill or Bianca Belair or Naomi are my favorites, they're called my favorites because they're black and we're both black? I've never had somebody say their favorite wrestler is AJ Styles or John Cena or even Goldberg. And I said, you like him because he's white. That's ludicrous. How did my brain even jump there? I'm assuming you like them maybe for their skill, maybe their character, maybe it's just fun, it's entertainment. So yeah, I know I'm like, it's kind of like, okay, Mike, I hope I'm not ranting or rambling. My point is, Hate is to come. Let's try to show love, not hate, support, unity, because there's a lot of good. There's more good out of this run than there is bad to come. Again, impact, all of that, y'all. So let's just really, embrace the positives of what's going on, of Jade being the current women's champion. We have reached the end of the episode. Oh, this is one of my favorites because, again, if y'all been following me, I predicted Jade Cargill would have this type of build up to being champion. I know what you're thinking. Hold up, Micah. Didn't you say she wasn't going to get that belt? Hey, now, y'all watch a little too much content. I doubted for a second, but not deep down. I knew she had it in her. I didn't know if WWE had it in them to honor what we all saw from the start. So, yeah, this is just a really exciting time just as a fan. That's all. There's so much that happens in WWE. Honestly, you have to just really appreciate the moments where it goes the way you were hoping. We're not all going to ever agree when it comes to who's champion, who wins a match, none of that. So when it is time for something you've wanted, let's just fully embrace it and enjoy it. That's all I'm saying. But anyway, if y'all enjoyed this podcast, want to hear a little bit more, please subscribe to the podcast, Bars Over Bodies, on YouTube. Do it on any streaming platforms. Follow me. Support your girl. Let's build this movement, this following. On Instagram, at Micah Misfit. Facebook, Micah Misfit. I don't know why I froze like that. X, at Micah Misfit. But on TikTok, what is it? At Micah Misfit 8. I know it's a little different every time. But yeah, y'all, give me some comments. What are y'all's thoughts on Jade's run? How is this going to go? Did y'all like the way the match went? How was the presentation? How was the packaging of it? How was the product? Let me know. This is exciting, y'all. And I do want to say, I am so inspired by Jade's heel turn. Because we've reached our brink for my excitement. Charlotte Flair, that heel she was around WrestleMania, inspired Liv Morgan, inspired Naomi, inspired Jade Cargill. We have peaked in my inspiration. So guess what I'm about to do? I'm about to do my own heel turn. And that's actually my next single I'm coming out with. It's Micah Misfit's heel turn. And we're going crazy. I'm really excited to share that one with y'all. I think it's going to be great. But anyway, thanks for kicking it with me. I am your girl, Micah Misfit. This is Bars Over Bodies, where we get into it. And I'll see y'all next week.
I've been in it for a minute, but I'm back now. Steady seeing haters who just questioning my background. I only speak facts, I ain't got nothing to cap out. It's like I'm in a figure 8 and I don't ever tap out. Had to do a show, really breaking down the women. They done came a long way, I seen it from the beginning. The Elise go hard, you can't doubt that they winning. Making legends, yeah, it's saying that we carry the division.